All right, Goofy, we're not goofing around here. A measles outbreak being tied to Disneyland in California. Majority of those getting sick did not get their vaccinations. Dr. Nina Radcliffe with a shot of reality for those who are against getting them for their kids or even themselves. Get a shot. So you're saying that all this stuff people fear about, you know, that it could cause autism or all these other problems, you say, calm down, not so.
Yeah, absolutely. This is just panic. And where this stems from is back in '98, there was an article that was published saying that there is a link between autism and the MMR, the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine.
Is that the one that started with this British doctor?
Exactly. And since then, he has lost his medical license. He's also been discredited completely. There was financial conflict.
Andrew Wakefield.
Exactly.
But others have echoed this. You say that's not true.
Correct. And we have looked at this over and over again, and studies have never shown that there is a link. And what's happened is there's been a lingering fear, which has resulted in what we're seeing with Disneyland at this time.
All right, but let's say it's not all just people refusing to get vaccinations. Just like there are these more serious trends of just common flu cases that are resistant to this. What's going on? A lot of people think, I give my kid a shot, vaccination, she's protected. No.
Well, we're lucky because the measles vaccination is one of the strongest we have in our arsenals. 99% of people who get it, it's effective. And we are comparing this to the seasonal flu, which has a 23% efficacy, but it's still something against a deadly virus. This virus not only gets people pneumonia, ear infections, it can cause blindness, brain swelling, as well as death. And before we were getting people vaccinated, we had 5 million cases a year in the United States.
So what's happening? These other states in which it's spread to, Utah, Washington State, Oregon, California, a lot of cases now we're hearing in Mexico. That can't all be people refusing vaccinations, can it?
Well, a large number of it is. And what happened is over in the West Coast communities, about 3% and up to 10% of communities are not getting vaccinated. And that's enough for, if there's a random strain of measles falling, the odds that it will find somebody who's not been immunized will get sick.
All right. Now, a lot of these states, there are quite a few, I think about 14, that do not force you to immunize your kid, right? So if you're in Arkansas, or Arizona, California, you know, on and on, Maine, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, North Dakota, et al., then what happens? You're vaccinating your kid, but your neighbor isn't. Then what?
Well, the good news is they are required, but there is a personal religious exemption. So we have to honor our personal beliefs, but we have to weigh it against.
But parents can claim that. Many have.
Exactly.
And if that's not really the case.
And there's not much of a check and balance for that. They just allow it to happen. We really.
But how dangerous is that?
That is very dangerous because you cannot get your first vaccination until the age of 12 months. And that means if you have a child, you intend to vaccinate your child is susceptible to this virus.
Do we over-vaccinate, though, in this country?
I don't believe so. No, vaccinations are great, and their problem is that they are a victim of their own success. We have eradicated diseases like polio as well as measles until more recently. We forget the harm, the disability. What happens when we do not vaccinate that? Until we see this again, which we're seeing in Disneyland, we're sparking debate. We're sparking intelligent conversation. So hopefully people will look at the facts and the science and go out and discuss with their physicians about getting their children vaccinated.
All right, doctor, thank you very much. Very calming. I appreciate that.